Hi and welcome back to Fashion News is a Thing. This is Kai Lin. I'm the main host for the show where we talk about upcoming trend in fashion, inviting guests, and discuss about the trend, how it started, why, and how it would go from there. And this week, we have a dearest friend, and her name is Kiki. Kiki, hi.
Hi, my name is Kiki, and I'm a friend of Kai Lin. We go to the same school together and we study fashion media together. And I'm from the Czech Republic. Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome.
Okay, so today we are gonna talk about the topic of mask. So we've seen people wear masks, sometimes in like hospital, they wear surgical masks, and sometimes as like fashion statement. So today
Sure.
we'll talk about this trend and see what we come up with. Okay,
Sure, that sounds interesting.
thank you. Okay, Kiki, have you ever wear a mask before?
No, not really, because back in Czech Republic we don't really wear masks. Actually, I have when we used to go visit my granddad in hospital, so we had to wear masks. But that was the only time
So
I ever
do you
did.
see anyone wearing mask before? Is it only like in hospitals or outside?
Yeah, if I think about Czech Republic, I think it's only in hospitals, but now that I'm here, like even in London or here in Southampton as well, I've seen people wearing masks. And I think it's hard to say if it was for like a fashion thing or if they actually don't want to breathe the air like straight to their faces.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I'm from Asia, and then I feel like mask is a really huge trend. I think more for this fashion thing rather than the hygiene thing, which is really weird. But recently, fashion, the trend mask has become more and more obvious because of like air pollution and stuff like that. Um, right. So
Yeah.
the history of masks, I think, originated from Japan because in their culture, they are very like um, mannered and very very mindful about the people around them, so they don't want to spread germs. So especially in the city Tokyo where there's like a lot of people, so in their trains they are usually like squeezed together, like really tight. That's why they have to wear masks if someone's sick, because if not, germs spreads really quickly.
Yeah.
And then after that, it became like a fashion statement where designers like Yoji Yamamoto or like someone like that started putting masks on their collection, and then suddenly everyone started wearing masks, and then spread it to Korea and then all over Asia. So that was like the history where it came
Okay.
from.
Yeah.
Then so now I think it's more because of the fact there's air pollution. I don't know if you know that in Asia there's air pollution is quite huge. Do you know anything that's happening?
Well, not really. I feel like you somehow know that there is air pollution, but you don't think it's as bad as it probably is. And media and media don't really talk about it because they just talk about the Amazon.
Amazon, the Amazon forest fire.
They just talk about like the Amazon rainforest fires, and I understand that that's important, but then you've got other parts of country that are important
Yeah.
as well,
Yeah.
and no one talks about it. So I
Yeah.
don't really know anything, like any details about it or anything
especially like environmental issues are not really talked about compared to like political issues. Like
Yeah,
people
yeah.
be like Brexit, Boris Johnson, Trump, and then it's all like up top of the news, and then environmental issues comes like next.
Yeah.
So it's not really nice. It's really hot. So I think one way to start the air pollution thing is to tell you where is it from, mainly basically the whole of Asia, but mainly Indonesia and India. So the reason why in Indonesia there's like really bad air pollution and a lot of haze is because of the farmers there. They are very into this method called slash and burn. So in order for them to keep gaining like palm oil or pulp, they have to burn like large areas of plantation and then over and over again. And like studies have shown that if you burn a place over and over again, the air that comes out is even more bad for humans. And then because they've been burning so much, it's been affecting the neighboring countries like where I'm from and Singapore and Malaysia. Even though it's not our fault that about the air pollution thing, but we can't even go out or go to school because one day we received like news in the morning saying like, the PSI, the rating of the haze is gone way above like 200 and you need to start wearing the mask. So you go out and you see people wearing masks. So, and then we'd be like, again, and is it from Indonesia? And we're like, it's like,
again,
I hate it so much because back when I went back for 2 months, it was fine sometimes when it rains, but sometimes it was really bad. And then I just remember like waking up where your throat feels really dry and then your eyes really itchy.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
And I hate that because I have skin conditions, and for people who have asthma, it's like even worse. Like you never know when you wake up and then you can't breathe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's really bad.
And then you don't wake up one day.
You don't wake up one day and then it's dark. Because of Indonesia. Stupid country. I mean, it's not like it's only been up this year or last year. It's been happening for like almost a decade. Like they keep doing it and the government can't do anything to stop it. So it's gonna be even more worse. That's why I think more people are wearing masks now, just in case. I remember my dad went to New Delhi, it's capital in India, like last month. And when he was there, he was like, it was so bad that he needed to buy masks, but he couldn't find any because it ran out of stock.
Oh my god. That's bad.
And I was like really worried. I'm like, are you still gonna stay there or can you even go out? It's like, I can't go out because like he needs to have dinner outside, he needs to get food, but when he goes out he can't really breathe. I'm like, that's scary.
God.
And then and you can't even buy masks. You have to go through like, he got mask in the end, he has to go through like third party in order to get mask. How ridiculous is that?
But does the mask actually help you? Like, does it help you breathe, or is it just like filtering the air from the polluted air too?
So I think you can get the normal mask, the white one, the thin ones anywhere, but because it's so bad, you have to get an N95 one, which is like double layer and thicker and helps like process the bad stuff. But that is like expensive, plus everyone buys that instead of the normal ones because they know that it's gonna work better. So
but can the people afford it, like in India, Indonesia?
I don't think all of them can, especially the really poor ones, which is bad.
Yeah, that's another problem, right?
So whenever I think of that, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
They don't really care about their country's people as well.
Yeah.
Do you think it's good idea for designers to use masks as a statement, or do you think it's like really cringy?
That's such a hard question.
People don't wear masks usually, and then if they see on the runway, they'll be like, "Oh, that's so extra." Blah blah.
It depends. This is so hard to say like one answer because it depends on the people. Some people can just choose to ignore it and be like, "Oh yeah, that's fashion. It's always extra." But then there's other group of people that they're like questioning everything, and they're like, does this have a meaning behind it? And so they could start like asking questions, and then that might. I don't think it will improve the situation back in Asia, Indonesia, But because there's basically not anything us as citizens can do, as long as the government doesn't want to do anything about it, I think. But at least it can spread the awareness, and people will know about it, and then maybe that could be the beginning of something, you know.
Yeah. So, like, obviously, when I think about this issue, I feel like it might not be a trend now, like a huge trend, but I feel like it's gonna progress, and then we're gonna see people. Maybe they don't really want to wear masks, but they have to wear mask.
Yeah, or it could be like it first started as a trend in our country, or like in the UK or in the US, but then when people found out what's actually happening, it could become something more than just a trend.
All right, so thank you for coming.
It was my pleasure.
Right, so hope you guys like it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.